Hi guys, welcome to Sajis SFDC and this is Manoj. Agenda of this video is to know about validation rules in Salesforce. What is validation rule? A validation rule can contain a formula or expression that evaluates the data in one or more fields and returns a value of true or false. Validation rules can stop saving the record and display an error message to the user when the rule returns a value of true due to an invalid value. Use of validation rules. Validation rules verify the data a user enters in a record based on the rules specified in it before the user can save the record. Example 1. If you want to validate a mobile number with conditions like maximum length of the mobile number should be 12 and minimum should be 10 and only numbers are allowed, etc. 2. Validating the date of birth entered is not a future date because date of birth of the user cannot be future. 3. Validating a customer is he or she minor or not based on his date of birth. Limitations of validation rules. 1. You can have up to 100 active rules for an object. 2. Compound fields including addresses, first and last names and dependent pick list and lookups cannot be referenced in a validation rule. 3. Workflow rules and some process can invalidate fields previously validated by our validation rules, because scheduled workflow actions will not trigger validation rules of that object. Let's see some examples in the demo. In mark details object, each mark should not exceed 100. We will validate that using a validation rule. Click the setup icon and edit object. Click validation rules. Click new. Give some meaningful name in rule name. This is the box where we have to write our formula to validate it. Click the insert fields buttons to include the fields of the object which we are trying to write validation rule. Choose the GK marks greater than 100 or condition, comma, and include other marks field, max marks and science marks. This formula will return true when any of these three fields has more than 100 value. Click the check syntax button to check whether this syntax is correct or not. No error found, so this syntax is correct. In error message text area, we have to give the message which has to show when the validation is failed. I already said the formula has to return true to stop saving and throw error message. Here our condition is the mark should not exceed 100, but the formula has written that the value has to greater than 100 because then only it will return true. We have to write a formula in the way it should return a true value for an invalid value. Click save. Now we will test in mark details object to validate this validation rule. If we give more than 100, it throwing error and showing the error message what we have entered. The value will be saved only when all the three fields less than 100. To help you understand, I write another one validation rule. In account object, we write a validation rule to check the mobile number. The condition will be maximum length of the mobile number should be 12 and minimum should be 10 and only numbers are allowed. I already written it. Please check the formula here. In this formula, we have written three conditions. First, is it a number? If it is a number, it will throw true. To get false, we have written not. In case if we give a non-number value, it will give true. Next condition, the phone number length is less than 10. If it is less than 10, it will throw true. But our condition it has to more than 10 and less than 12. So we have written this condition reversely so that the formula should return true only. If the length of the phone number is less than 10 or greater than 12, these two conditions will get true. And if condition gets true, validation also gets true and it throw error message. And it will not allow to save the record. But if the phone number is between 10 to 12, this both condition will fail and the validation rules also will fail. So error message will not be thrown and records will be saved successfully. That's all about validation rules. Formulas are a vast concept which needs more time to learn. We will see formulas in detail in our upcoming videos. Thank you guys. Subscribe to our channel to see more such videos.